Hello, this is Nancy and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I am going to be showing you how to make a bud vase using some tumbling tower blocks. I made these hexagons a few months ago for another project, so I don't have the recording for that one right now. But it is each section is two tumbling tower blocks, and at the corner where it intersects with the others, I guess the hexagon portion of it is 30 degrees on your saw. So I use my little miter saw. I'll leave that link down below. And just set it at 30 degrees to cut the pieces. And then you got 6 pieces for the top and 6 pieces for the bottom. And now I'm going to be trying to figure out how to connect the 2 pieces of the hexagons. This portion depends on the test tube that you're going to be using. I received these test tubes from FG Normal. I'll leave that link down below as well. And you'll measure the distance between, the back hexagon and the front hexagon, and then you're going to cut some pieces that are going to be holding that test tube up and to wrap around the edges of the hexagon. Like I said, depending on the size of the test tube, this can change. So I'm here measuring. Of course, I'm out of frame. Sorry about that. But like I said, depending on the size of the test tube, just make sure that the test tube doesn't fall through. And here I'm test fitting that piece that I just cut. It took me a while because the first piece that I cut, it was too wide and the test tube just fell right through. So you gotta make sure that the lip of the test tube is on top of the 2 hexagons. I wasn't sure how I was going to connect the 2 hexagons together, so I just cut a whole bunch of pieces. So I have extras for another project, so who knows what I'll do with all those extra pieces. So I'll show you later how I'm going to start connecting these. I don't have my square from Dollar Tree, so I'm just using the edge of my ruler to line these little blocks up. and these are going to be the base of the tumbling tower block. So depending on how wide you have yours, just make sure that it covers the whole bottom, because this is going to help your bud vase stand up. While the bottom is clamped, I'm adding some pieces to the top here on the corner edges, and then you're gonna add also excuse me, the center pieces to hold your bud vase as well. So just take your time and just line them up nicely. That base is dry, so I turn it upside down. That way I can make sure that the top is nice and square. And when I put those little corner pieces, that they're nice and flat and even with the top of the two hexagons. If you're liking this type of content, please give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, comment below what shape would you make your little bud vase in. Any comment I would greatly appreciate it. When you're putting the center pieces where it holds the bud vase, keep on bringing the bud vase in, because that way, like I said, you don't want the bud vase to fall through. Oh, there, the little block fell through. Hold it in place. So I just hold it in place and make sure that I'm making sure that it's nice and tight, and then I mark it, and then I go on, and that's where I'm gonna glue it. Once I have them in place, I'm using the grid of my mat right here to make sure that they're nice and square. And again, keep on checking the oh, it fell out again. I think I cut these a little too small, just slightly. That's why it keeps on popping out, but that's fine. And now for the other ones, what I did was where the two pieces of each corner or of each side meet, that's where I added the horizontal pieces, not the corner pieces. The only corner piece you have is the ones on top, but on the sides you put them in between the two of the tumbling tower blocks. I hope that makes sense, because I didn't want to put too much. I know putting them in the corner didn't look right, so I just put them in between where the two blocks meet. That's where I put them. These are where clamps come in handy. They hold your piece together while it's drying. Now I'm going to add some spackling in all the little seams here. Of course you can leave it without that, but I just wanted to give it a nicer, smoother edge. So I'll be doing this all the way around, the top, the bottom, the sides, and then you won't see me sanding because I have the sander outside and I don't have any way to record out there right now. But I will be using my hand sander to sand this down when it's dried. After I finish sanding, I use some baby wipes to just get all the loose particles off. I'm just checking it, make sure everything. See, here I am, just wiping everything that needs to be wiped off. This was the hard part for me because the bud vase is blue, a little light blue. So I was trying to figure out what color would go with it. So I decided to use the Waverly chalk paint and ink, and I just painted the whole thing with this. When I finished with the black, it looked a little too, yeah, you know what I mean? So I got some sandpaper and just sanded around the edges, and it gave it a little more life. But like I said, this is depending on your decor and your colors, and who knows, the size of the color of your test tube could be different. So have fun with it. And I want to thank special thanks to Mike from Dance with the Aardvarks. You see him in this chat a lot. He's been doing bud vases, and I got inspired by one of his, so thank you, Mike. And until next time, be brave, be strong, and create with some tumbling tower blocks.